Hello students, in this video we are going to start with 2-mark questions. So as you already know, we have already started the solution of CBSE sample question paper for science subject, and 1-mark question all already I have completed. I have uploaded the video, and now in this video we are going to start with 2 marks questions. So let's start with the questions. So now we're going to start with the next question. That's question number 10. From here, we're going to start with 2 marks question. If you're not subscribed my channel, please consider subscribing my channel and share my videos with your friends. So we will start with question number 10. Unlike animals, plants do not have any excretory products as they do not eat food. Comment upon the statement with justification. So this is the statement which is given in this question, that it is saying animals, like animals, plants do not have any excretory product, and they do not, because they do not eat food. Plant is not eating any food, so they will not give any excretory product, or they will not produce any excretory product, same like animals. So this statement we have to understand, and we have to comment on this, and then we have to give the justification for that comment. So answer, as we all know, this statement is incorrect. Plants also produce excretory product, and plants will not eat food, but plants prepare food by taking chemicals. So this statement is incorrect and we have to justify it. So justification, plants do not produce waste product. Sorry, plants also produce waste product like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water during processes such as photosynthesis and respiration. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis, it is the process in which we are going to prepare the food by using water and CO2 in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. That is the green color pigment which will be present in the plant. So that process is called photosynthesis, and with the help of that photosynthesis process, we are preparing, that is plant is preparing food. And what is respiration? Respiration means it is the process where the glucose is broken down with the help of oxygen to give CO2 and water and energy. And the same energy is used by the plant to grow. So these are the two processes which takes place in the plant. And during these both the processes, as I told just now, whenever the food is prepared, glucose is prepared with the help of photosynthesis, a byproduct oxygen is formed. That oxygen gas, which is prepared by the plant, will be used by all the living organisms. You maybe have seen we will be inhaling oxygen and exhaling CO2. So whatever oxygen we are inhaling, that all we are getting from the plants. So that is the waste product which is released in photosynthesis process. And during respiration, glucose is broken down into CO2 and water. So here also we are getting two products. One is CO2 and one is water. So these are the gases, or these are the product, that is oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water. So these all oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water, some amount of these all the products will be used by the plant, and remaining all will be removed out. And those are nothing but the excretory product of plants. So, but they do not have special excretory organs like animals. So, as we all animals have excretory system, it consists, especially in human being, it consists of kidneys, pair of ureters, urinary bladder, and the basic function unit, that is nephron. So, like that, plants do not have any special excretory organs, but plant will release these all the waste through stomata, and by the process called a transpiration, or by storing and shedding parts like leaves or bark. So with the help of stomata, stomata will be, sometimes it closes, sometimes it opens. So whenever the stomata will be open, these all the gases will expel out, and even some amount of water will be evaporated. And water evaporation process is called as transpiration. Sometimes the unwanted products will be stored in the leaves or in the bark. So the leaves or the bark in which these unwanted or waste products will be stored, those all the leaves will get dry and they will fall off after some time. You maybe have seen wherever there will be plant, below the plant on the ground there will be some yellow colored or dry leaves will be fallen. Those all are the leaves which will be having stored this unwanted substances in the plants. Even you maybe have seen bark. Bark, it is nothing but the outer layer of the stem, that is called bark. whenever it will be storing these unwanted substances, it will become dark and it will become dry. And that's why you maybe have seen, especially in case of big mango trees or jackfruit trees, the outer layer of the stem, that is called bark, it will be cracked in between and it will be very much dark in color. So that is nothing but the way to remove the waste product in case of plant. So I hope you understood this answer. So you have to write the statement is incorrect and this is the justification for this comment. So the next is 11th question. Students to attempt either option A or B. So here we have an internal choice. We have two questions A and B. You have to attempt any one question whichever you feel easy. Either you attempt A or you can attempt B. These questions carries 2 marks each. You should not attempt both the question. Remember, first you have to attempt whichever question is easy for you people. So here I'm solving both the questions. So question number A, how many chambers are there in the heart of the following organisms? How is mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood prevented in their body? So here they have given two questions. First, we have to tell how many chambers of heart is present in the organism, and then you have to explain how the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will be prevented. So the first organism is fish. So answer, first we will see about the fish. So as we all know, fish is an aquatic animal and fish heart has two main chamber. So fish heart has only two chamber. One chamber is called atrium and another chamber is called as ventricle. So one atrium, one ventricle, total there will be only two chambers. Now what about the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood? That we have to explain. So I have written here blood circulation. So see here, in fish, the heart pumps only deoxygenated blood to the gills. So remember, in fish, the purification of blood will be done in the gills. So once the deoxygenated or impure blood comes in the gills, it will be purified, means CO2 will be removed and O2 will be added and the blood will be purified. So see here, so deoxygenated blood from heart, it will be pumped to the gills. In gills, it gets oxygenated, means it gets purified. And once it gets purified, this blood, oxygenated blood, will goes directly from the gills to all parts of the body. So remember, here after purifying the blood in the gills, the pure blood, that is called oxygenated blood, directly it goes to all parts of the body from gills itself. It will not go to heart. Remember this. It does not return to heart. And once it go to all parts of the body, there it supplies oxygen and again gets deoxygenated. It again gets impure and that deoxygenated blood will come to the heart and heart will again pump this deoxygenated blood and it will come to the gills again for the purification. Remember students, I am explaining once again. So here, so just for the explanation, I'm going to draw one rough diagram. So if this is the fish and these are the gills of the fish and somewhere here, just imagine this is the heart, which is a two chamber heart, one atrium and one ventricle. Now see what happens. The pure blood, the first the impure blood or the deoxygenated blood from the heart, it comes to the gills. So this red color is called as impure blood. Once the impure blood is pumped from the heart to the gills, in the gills it will be purified. So I will write it here. It is purified. And once the blood is purified, it will not go to heart. This purified blood will go to all parts of the body in the fish. See, it goes all parts of the body in the fish. And here it exchanges oxygen with CO2 and it becomes again impure blood, that is deoxygenated blood, and that deoxygenated blood will come to the heart and again heart will pump that deoxygenated blood. So here oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will not be mixed, it will be prevented by mixing. So I hope you understood, there is no mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in the heart, because in heart only deoxygenated blood will go. So now the second animal is humans. So here humans, it is asked, as we all know, we have studied in our book, that is human heart has four chamber. Human heart has four chamber, two arteria which are present on the left and right, and two ventricles, one is on the left and one is on the right. So see here how the blood circulation takes place. In human, heart is divided into right and left side. So this you have to remember first. As the human is the highest organism, highest complex organism, it requires much amount of energy. Therefore, here the heart is divided into four parts, four compartments. That is two artery and two ventricles. And this whole heart is divided into right and left sides by a muscular wall called septum. So the wall which separates right and left side of the heart is called as septum. Next, the right side handles deoxygenated blood. Very important. Right side, one artery and one ventricle present on the right side will handle all deoxygenated blood and send it to the lungs for the purification, while left side receives oxygenated blood. Left side means one arteria, one ventricle which is present on the left side of the heart will receive oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps to the body, sends to all parts of the body. This separation stops the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So this septum separates the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. I hope you understood this. So here I'll draw the simple diagram. In detail we are going to see it next. And if you want the correct explanation of heart, you can see my videos which I have prepared on life process. So here you can see. So this is the right side, right, and this is the left side of the heart. So here I will label. So this is right side atrium and this is right side ventricle, and this side left side atrium and this is left side ventricle. So see what happens. So the somewhere here, imagine these are the lungs. Somewhere here these are the lungs. I'll write it just roughly. So here in the lungs, purified blood will come to the left atrium, then it's sent to the left ventricle, and from left ventricle it will go to all parts of the body in the human beings, all parts of the body. In all parts of the body it goes to every cell. Here it exchanges, it gives oxygen and takes CO2, and this blood becomes deoxygenated, that is impure. This all deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body, it comes to right atrium, then it goes to left ventricle, here sorry, right ventricle, and from right ventricle it again goes back to left lungs for purification. Lungs will purify the blood, and again it repeats the same process. Again the pure blood comes to left atrium, then to left ventricle. From left ventricle it will go to all parts of the body. Here the blood will exchange oxygen and CO2. It becomes impure and again comes back to right atrium, then right ventricle, and again goes back to lungs for purification. And this process continues. Here if you focus, the walls between these left and right part of this heart, it is called as septum. And this septum will avoid the intermixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. If you want the detailed explanation of this blood circulation, you can go through my video where I have explained life process. So go through my channel and observe that video. You try to understand with notes. I have explained everything in that video. So I hope you understood this answer. Now we are going to move with the next. So as I told here in the question number 11, you have two questions, A and B. Either A or B you have to answer. I have completed the A. Now for B question, we will move on the next page. The question B is, explain the mechanism by which the water is transported in the plant. So we have to explain the whole mechanism by which water is transported in the plant. So answer, water is first absorbed by root hairs from the soil. So first water will be present in the soil, and the part of the plant which is in the soil, which is called as root, and root will be having root hairs. These root hairs will absorb the water from the soil. So we will see this answer with the help of diagram itself. So imagine these are the roots of the plants. So here I am drawing the rough diagram of one of the plant. So these are the roots. So these roots will have small root hairs like this, and these root hairs present in the soil will absorb the water by the process called osmosis, and this water from the roots then it will be supplied. Now we'll see the next. Then it moves to the xylem vessel, long hollow tubes that run from the roots up to the leaves. So here these roots will be having xylem vessels in this xylem complex tissue that is called xylem. So this water which is absorbed by the root hairs, it will go into these roots. Into the roots means roots where the xylem is present. The xylem will take that water, and from these roots that water will be supplied to the plant. So now this is the plant. So here I will draw the plant like this. So imagine. So here this is the plant. These are the twigs. So these are the leaves like this. So let me complete the plant. So this is the diagram of the simple plant. So once the water is absorbed by the root hairs with the help of the xylem tissue present in the roots, it will be transferred to the leaves in this plant. So every part of the plant will get this water like this. So it will be supplied with the help of xylem. In the leaves, water evaporate through stomata. Now see. So this is the leaf. Imagine this one of the leaf here. Water, these leaves will be having stomata on the surface, if on the epidermis, on the both the surface, hypodermis and epidermis, there will be stomata. So these stomata are the pores which will help to remove the excess of water. So these are the pores which are present on the leaves. From these pores, whenever the pores will be open, the water from the leaves will be evaporated with the help of the sunlight. Due to sunlight, this water will get evaporated. So like this water will be removed. This process of evaporation of water with the help of stomata, it is called as transpiration. This is called as transpiration. Once the water from the leaves evaporated, then due to this there will be one negative pressure created, means the water from the neighboring cells will be decreased. These cells will try to absorb or pull the water from the neighboring cells from those cells. Then those all neighboring cells will try to pull the water from the neighboring cells, and like this the process continues to create one negative pressure. So imagine if this is the leaf, I'll draw a little bit of big leaf, this is the stomata, and these all are the cells which are present beside the stomata. So these all are the cells. Now see what happens. So this is the leaf, just, and these all are the cells. Now see, once the water get evaporated from this stomata, the water present in this cell will decrease. Then this cell will absorb the water from the neighboring cell. It will absorb the water from the neighboring cell. Then this in this cell water will decrease. This will absorb the water, try to absorb the water from the neighboring cell. This will pull the water from the neighboring cell, and again this cell will pull the water from the neighboring cell, and like this the process continues, and this will create a pull. This will create one pull which is also called as a negative pressure, which withdraws water, draws more water up through xylem. So because of this pressure or because of this negative pull, water will be pulled from the roots to all parts of this plant. Next, water molecules stick together and to the walls of the xylem vessel. So these water molecules which are pulling or which are transferring from one cell to other cell, these water molecules will be stick to each other like this. They will be stick to each other. This is called as cohesion, and to the walls of the xylem vessel. So whatever xylem cells are present in the stem, through these xylem cells also, vessels also, this water will be attached, which is called as adhesion, helping to form a unbroken column of a water. Unbroken column of a water means, as we all know, once we on the tap, from the tap water will fall continuously. You maybe have seen, once you on the tap, if you see, water will fall continuously. There will be no in between, there will be no gap in the water. Same like that, here the water will be pulled continuously due to this negative pressure or this pull, and due to this process the water will be pulled against the gravity. It will be pulled up against the gravity. And this is the process, or this is the mechanism which helps to transport water in the plants. So I hope you understood the answer of the question B. So these are the 4 points which you have to write for this answer. Here, as I told, A and B, you have two questions, any one you have to answer. First read the question, understand the question, and check which question you can write completely to get whole 2 marks, and then you try to attempt the question. So now after this you are going to move with the next question. Now we'll see question number 12. About 100 acres of forest land was declared as natural reserve park. The following organisms were predominant in the natural reserve park. So here we have got 100 acres of forest land which is declared as natural reserve park, and in this land the following organisms are predominant, like rabbit, frog, grass, fish, fox, water insect, zebra, peacock, snake, trees. Then we have bird, owl, insects, tiger, vulture, duck, etc. So these all are the animals and the plants which I have given. Create a food web comprising two separate food chains with different producer by using above data. So here we have to prepare one food web. Food web. Food web means what? It is the web, or it is consist of two or more food chains connected with each other, interconnected, which is called as food web. And this food web should consist of two separate food chains. So first we have to prepare food chains, two separate food chains, and then those two separate food chains we have to interconnect to prepare a food web. And these all we have to do it by using these all the data, these all animals and these birds. Instead of this we cannot use any animals or bird from the outside. So answer. So what I have done here, so you can see here, first I have prepared two food chain. First food chain, here I have taken grass. Grass is eaten by rabbit. Rabbit can be eaten by fox. Fox can be eaten by tiger, and tiger after that it can be eaten by vulture. So here grass is a producer. This is producer which produce food. This is a primary consumer. This is a secondary consumer. This is a tertiary consumer, and this is the quaternary consumer. So this is the food chain which I have prepared. Then the second food chain has producer tree. So here I have taken tree. This is the producer. So remember. Then tree can be eaten by the insects, that is primary consumer. Insect is eaten by frog, secondary consumer. Then frog can be eaten by snake, tertiary consumer, and then snake can be eaten by peacock, quaternary consumer, and then it can be eaten by vulture once it gets done, like this. So these are the two food chains which I have prepared. No need that you should prepare like this, only depending on your thinking. If you want to take some other animals, you can take. No need that you should prepare like this only. As I want, I have prepared two food chains. Now here I have not used fish, then this plant insects, water insects, etc., zebra and all. These all you can use it in your food chains. Now by using these two food chain, we will prepare a food web here. So let me draw a food web here. So by using these two food chain, I have prepared a food web. You can see here, I have taken here grass. This is the first food chain which I have prepared here. Then this is the second food chain. You can see here, grass is eaten by rabbit. Rabbit can be eaten by fox. Fox is eaten by tiger, and tiger is eaten by vulture. Tree is eaten by insects. Insects are eaten by frog. Frog is eaten by snake. Snake can be eaten by fox, as well as it can be eaten by peacock, and peacock can be eaten by vulture. So here these two food chain will get interconnected to form a web. So this, like this, we can prepare a food web. So as I told earlier, this food chains and food web as I have prepared as I want. After reading this question, if you are getting some different idea, depending like that also you can prepare. So it is not compulsory that as I have prepared, you should also prepare the same thing, or you should also write in the same way. It is depend on you. But remember the question. In the question, whatever data they have given, that only you have to use. And one more thing here, they have given with a different producer. So here I have prepared used grass, and here I have used tree. Should not use both same producers. So read the question properly and answer the question. So I hope you understood this question. Now we're going to move with the next question. If you're understanding my all the answer, please consider subscribing my channel and share my videos with your friends. Now we'll move with the next question.